Hi, this is Messi, and in this video I will show you how to install a lightweight version of Debian using Fluxbox as a desktop environment for programming. So the first thing is to get Debian. I previously downloaded a smaller CD version of the i386 architecture. So I'm gonna create a new virtual machine. I will assign 512 megabytes for the RAM, and I will create a hard disk of 20 gigabytes. I will configure some settings here. So I will take off the floppy since I have no one. I'm just gonna use one core of my processor. I will choose the Debian image that I previously downloaded using a bridge adapter for the network, and that's all. So let's start the machine, and let's press enter for install. I will choose English. I will locate in Colombia my system since I'm based there. My keyboard is mapped to Spanish. Then I will choose the name of my machine, so we call it dev. I have no domain name, so I will leave this blank. I will choose this server for getting everything from there. For this video I will use just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as password. The same password for my user. And now I will configure the partition. So I will create a new table for this device, and let's start with 9 gigabytes for the root using ext4. Then I will create another partition with just 1 gigabyte for the swap. And finally, the rest of the disk goes to the home using ext4 as well. So let's write the changes. And this is gonna take some time till the installer installs the base system. Okay, after installing the base system, Debian is asking us for the popularity contest. I will choose no, and then it runs a task cell to choose what of these things we wanna install. I just will left the standard system utilities. This will allows us to paste into terminals using the wheel button of our mouse and doing other stuff. So let's wait till this finish the installation of those packages. To finish the installation of the operating system, I will just accept the installation of grep. Since we have no other operating system, there is no problem. And that's all. I will install a couple of packages before making a snapshot of the stable system. Well, the first thing to do is to install the sudo package, and this is the only time I'm gonna use the su command. Then using vsudo we can add our user to the list of sudoers. So I will copy this line and I'm gonna replace this part with my username, and that's all. I will restart the machine. And the next thing I'm gonna install is xr Fluxbox and xterm. Before doing this, I will just run a sudo and search of this, and it's already done with my user as an admin. So I'm gonna install xorg Fluxbox and xterm. I will accept this since those packages need also the other ones. Now I'm gonna reboot the system. Now I'm just gonna shut down the system and create the new snapshot. And I will restart the machine again. And why I'm doing this snapshot at this point, it's just because I want to show that we need a display manager. So the most known display managers are GDM, which stands for GNOME Desktop Manager. We have KDM for KDE Desktop Manager, and the one we are gonna use for this video, which is XDM, which is the X Display Manager. I'm choosing this one because it's the latest one. And that's all. So I will reboot the machine. And now we should be able to see the XDM login manager. And that's all. We have a functional operating system here. Here are the apps. And the next thing, I'm gonna change this because I like to use this emerge. And the next thing is to install a couple of packages we need. And I will start doing first some tweaks to my bash RC file. I will enable these aliases. And we have here all the things we need. So let's start installing some packages. The first one is build essential and module assistant. Then we I will first to update my list of repositories. Adding the contrib ones at the end of each line. I will update the repositories. That's it. Now I can keep installing the rest of my software. So I really like this one, Conky. Then Beam, HTOP, also utils, Apache2, MySQL server, MySQL client, PHP5, lib Apache2, mod PHP5, PHP5 MySQL, PHP5 curl, PHP5 GD, PHP peer, PHP5 IMAP, PHP5 memcache, PHP5 xcache, PHP5 xdebug, PHP5 encrypt, git core, git GUI, git doc, SSH, FFmpeg, Exim4, and then we could install PHP5 imagic, and that's all. Now we will set the same password for MySQL 1 2 3 4 5 6. And in the meantime, I'm gonna download Google Chrome. And the final thing we need to install is a file manager. I have been working with several file managers. One of my favorites is still being Nautilus from GNOME, but it's not so like that as I would like for this machine. So there is another one I really like, and this one is Thunar. It comes from XFCE. So let's install it. I will modify one of the files from the Fluxbox hidden folder called startup, and we have here a line called exec Fluxbox, and I will add a new line here to allow conky working after the system starts. And it's just a matter of typing conky in the ampersand symbol, and that's all. So the next time our system starts, we will see conky script running in the screen. Now I'm gonna install Google Chrome. For that I typed sudo dp kg -i and Google Chrome. And now it will fail because in this installation I didn't consider some packages Google Chrome needs, and this is good because it allows me to show how to solve this kind of errors. All we need to do is type sudo apt-get install -f, and it will look for the missing packages, and it will install them first, and then our Google Chrome browser. So where is Google Chrome? It's here. Now I'm gonna look for conky, and I will download a script, the script that generates this conky visualization. So I'm gonna save it as that conky rc in my home folder, and that's all. And now I will restart the system. there you have. We have Conky running from the start. And now I will show you the file manager. It's here, so it's a really light one. I really like it. This is the file manager for the XFCE desktop environment. I really like it. And now I just want to install some guest additions for my virtual machine. So I'm going to this location, media cd-rom 0, and as an admin I will run as H for the bbox Linux file. This is just for my virtual machine. Meaning that now I'm able to use the full screen feature for my virtual machine. And that's all. I will restart the system. Now I will configure a couple of things for the system. So the first thing is to configure Apache. And this is done in this way. The first thing I have to do is creating a new directory in my home in a new folder called www, as sudo of course, and then I will modify this file to tell the system that my HTML folder is this one, home www. Then I have to enable a new module called rewrite, and I have to guarantee the access to that folder for my user first, and then to the Apache group. If I see the permissions over that folder, I see that my user has the permissions, but there is a missing permission for the Apache group. So this is all changing the mode for that folder. Now also the group has granted access to that folder. Now we can restart the service Apache, and if we see using the web browser our local host, we have access to the index of that folder. So I'm gonna create a new file called index.php. And that's all. Let's reload this page, and it shows that everything seems to be okay right now. Then the next thing I'm gonna do is to move the databases from var to our home. So the first thing to do this is stopping the MySQL service. Now I'm gonna copy the original location of the databases to my home. This -r is for recursivity, so I have everything here. And now I have to do some modifications to the configuration file for MySQL. First we need to make a backup of such file. Now we can modify it. Let's look for that dir. And let's say to this configuration file that our databases are located in this folder. So we have to change the name of this folder to this one as well. Now we have to grant the full access for MySQL to that folder. Okay, let's start the MySQL service, and there it is. So we have Apache and MySQL prepared to start developing. Let's configure now the Exim4, which is the mail server. To do this, let's run sudo dp kg minus reconfigure exim4 config, and the way to do this is choosing mail sent by a smart host, no local mail. The system mail can be this one. I will left just our localhost to send emails. I don't want to allow external connections. This will be blank. And now the IP address is smtp.gmail.com through the port 587. I will split the configuration into small files, and that's all. Now I have to modify the exim4 password claim file to this configuration. So the first line will be gmail minus smtp.l.google.com colon your account name at gmail.com colon your password. The second one is start that google.com colon your account name at gmail.com colon your password, and the last line is smtp.gmail.com your account name at gmail.com colon your password, and that's all. And now let's update the exim4 conf, and just to be sure, sudo service exim4 restart. So let's type echo, this is a test, as body message, then pipe mail minus s testing as subject, and the email that we want to see. and that's all. So let's check. So here is the testing, and that's all. We have already complete web development environment. To finish this video, I'm gonna show you a couple of things more. So let's open Vim as an admin. This file, the xdebug.ini for PHP. All that we need to do is copying these parameters, and that's all. Let's see, local host, and let's find the xdebug section. Everything seems to be working fine here, so it looks fine. Well, the following thing is to create an Ssh keys. So we have no SSH hidden folder. So let's go to our GitHub account, to the SSH key section, and we have here a way to generate the new SSH keys. So I will paste this, and I will call my mail for this machine will be, let's see, at dev. It is asking me the name of this file. This is okay, so I will enter a passphrase for this key. I will repeat it, and there it is. I have a new key. So as they suggest, we can install this package, and you can just paste this command here too. and we can go back to our account settings to the SSH key section. And let's add that key here. Let's call this deb, and let's add this new key here. So here is the sign for this, the footprint for this key. It should match with this one. So it does. We're talking about the same key. Everything is okay. And when I'm doing this, because I want to download this repo here, okay, I have to write it completely. I will add this server to my known host file. I will put my key here, my password, and if I'm looking here now, I have that theme folder. Now I'm going to create two symbolic links here. Okay, it's just one to my VMRC. Folder, which is inside this hidden folder. Now I want to download copy of this cake PHP. So I'm going to home. I will clone this repo here. And I will call this repo messy random. Now let's go to this folder and let's remove the git things. Okay, and now let's start Vim. Okay, I have a couple of problems here because I still need to initialize a couple of things in my hidden Vim folder. So the thing here is that I'm using some submodules for Vim, so I will initialize those modules and then I will update them. Okay, let's go back to our project folder and let's start Vim again. Okay, there is another package that we need to install, which is exuberant syntax. And let's search for ACK. Well, I don't remember the package name, but we can see here how to install it. ACK grip. Okay. And now I'm gonna run a command to get a kind of index for all my project, and this one is ctags minus capital R star. and that's all. Right now I have here this file, so it's a file that has a size of 2.8 megas. Let's see how does it looks like. It's pretty big. And why is this important? Let me show you. Let's start Beam again. Let's change again the color scheme, and let's say I wanna find something called controller. This syntax, this tax file allows me to find all the places where that word has been named. For example, let's see. Let's choose this file, for example. So it took me from this small window at the bottom to the place where this file says controller. But let's see how it looks like. Okay, I have some problems here because I need to fix a couple of things. So the first one is about permissions. So okay, let's see. Now we have to configure this. So I'm gonna copy this, and I will look for that word. Okay, seems to be here. It's here in this file actually. Let's change something here. Let's write this change. Let's see how it does affect this. So I have no problem with this. Let's look for this in the same file. Let's write this. And now we have this solve. Now I'm gonna do some hack here to include this site as something different. everything seems to be okay here now in this location, and we need just to configure the database file. So here in this location, home www massive random app config, we have this file called database.php.default. So I'm gonna copy it, removing the .default, and that's all. Let's go back to this place here, and let's work with this file. I can open this one in a new tab here. So let's modify these parameters here. And this should be the configuration we have for our database. Let's write this and close it. We always can open this if we have questions about how to work with the NERDTree plugin for Vim. We always can press the question mark here. So let's say I want to split this one. I can do that pressing the I button. I can close this from the T-list plugin, pressing D. And let's configure this database. Before creating the databases, I just got realized that this should be different as well as this. And that's all. Okay, now I'm gonna open MySQL. And I will create the first schema like this. Create schema messy random, this one that match this one here. Using the default character set UTF-8. I'm gonna do the same for the test database that match with this one, test messy random. Okay. And now I will create the users for both of them. The first one is messy user that match with this one, identified by 1 2 3 4 5 6 that match with this one. And I will do the same for the test user for the test database. This is okay. Now I will grant the access for those users for both databases. And the same for the test database. And that's all. Now I will flush the privilege and that's all. Let's go out from here. Let's write the changes here and go back to our page here, and everything seems to be okay right now. We have a fully developed environment here. Using a really lightweight operating system. Just to be sure, I'm gonna shut down the machine. And I will go to the page we just have created as the first thing we do. I will create a snapshot here. And let's see how long it just take. This is a virtual machine, so this should be slower than a real one. Okay, we have tested this and it's taking not too much time. That's great. Okay, in following videos I'm gonna show how to create Vim session and how to build up this configuration for Vim from the scratch, and how to fix in some other flaws we have here, other flaws that we have here in the operating system. As you can see, the only way I have to shut down the machine is via a terminal screen here, and I will show how to fix this problem. So that's all for now. Bye bye.